Hello, Dr. G here from naturalfoodsdiet.org. Today I want to talk about a person that lives in New York. Her name is Suzanne, and according to Guinness World Records, she was the oldest living human in July of 2015. So why do I bring this up? Well, we can look at people with great longevity and see if there's anything in their lifestyle that may have contributed to their outstanding health. Suzanne was born in 1899. That was a long time ago. It was reported that as a young girl, she worked in the fields picking crops in Alabama. Well, this happens to be a lifestyle that I always recommend for longevity and health. And what is that? That means getting outside in the sun, getting lots of sun exposure, grounding to the earth. Suzanne has dark skin, so she needed a lot of sun to power up her vitamin D synthesis, sulfation of cholesterol, and for stimulation of the photopigments in the retina that affects the hormone balance for optimal health in our brain. But hey, I don't just cherry pick. Now, what doesn't make sense is that she moved to New York, where the sun is pretty weak, partly from being so far north and partly from air pollution, as most big cities have. Someone asked Suzanne what her secret was for a long life. You know what her answer was? Bacon and eggs in the morning for breakfast and lots of sleep. She also added in that close social and family connections were also what contributed to her longevity. Now, I know there's a big movement by medical practitioners in this country pushing for a plant-based diet. But here we have an example of a woman eating bacon and eggs every day of her life and living longer than anyone else. I know they say bacon is evil, or many have said that, but is it really? Mainstream nutrition and medicine has said forever that saturated fats are bad, and they're one of the causes of coronary disease and possibly cancer, which are among the leading causes of death in America. Now, I know things are beginning to change, however, and it's for the better in my opinion. In fact, the American Council on Nutrition, which is the group that oversees registered dietitians in this country, has recently revised their nutritional recommendations, stating that they no longer recommend worrying about the amount of saturated fat in the diet or the amount of cholesterol in the diet. Now, that is a big change. Well, bacon contains a lot of fat, and I was taught that that's bad. But now we're obviously rethinking this. Now, bacon has a lot of saturated fat. It also has a lot of monosaturated fat. So bacon fat might be good for us. Now, like most animal foods, bacon contains protein, vitamins, and minerals, and it's a particularly good source of choline and sulfur, which tend to be low in a processed food diet or in a vegan diet. So according to Suzanne's recommendation and example, we should consume saturated fats from animal sources and eat eggs on a regular basis. Now, eggs are one of the richest sources of choline in the diet, and choline is important for the brain. Saturated fats are a clean source of energy, and energy drives life. Now, please avoid the man-made saturated fats, and that's trans fats. And I'd also avoid the highly processed vegetable oils. I would avoid bacon from the industrial farms where the animals have poor living conditions and are fed GMO foods. Natural and local is the way I like to go. I would also recommend not cooking the bacon at really high temperature, as this may also create cancer-causing compounds in meat cooked at high temperature. Now, bacon isn't my first choice as a health food, but it sure does taste good. And a little natural bacon might just improve longevity. And it's not just Suzanne. There's other examples. Gertrude Barnes lived to be 115 and was the oldest person in the world at the time. She lived on a diet of regular crispy bacon. Edna Parker, who lived to be 115 as well, had a diet dominated by eggs and bacon, along with some fried chicken thrown in. Now we're talking about the elite of the elite here, the oldest living person on the planet, the best of 6 billion, and they might be telling us something. This is Dr. G. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our channel.